Recently, I've been daily driving my W124, but this weekend I'm going on another short road trip to another country in Europe, and I think it's time for the AMG to come back out. My cousin, my brother and myself will be driving to Vesoul, France. We're going to be taking the CLK55, but once again, like before the Croatia video, it needs some work done to it. Here's the beast, looking all sorry for itself because I haven't driven it in the past 3 or 4 weeks. About 2 weeks ago I went to start it, but the battery was completely flat. Not even the ignition came on. So I'm suspecting it needs a new battery because this one is also 6 years old and probably the battery is just done. So I went to buy a new one. So before we drive to France tomorrow evening, we've got a few tasks to do on the CLK. First, as I said, a new battery. After that, we're going to do an oil change on the car because it's been about 8,000 kilometers since I did the last one. And last, but definitely not least, new tyres. I do have a slight problem though. Only the front tyres have arrived so far and the rear ones are the ones that are worse off. So I'm hoping the rears arrive tomorrow and that we can get them fit somewhere by tomorrow evening, or else I'm just going to ignore it. So, Flynn and I are now on our way to Lucerne to pick up our cousins, and one of our cousins literally just bought a car for 600 francs, but we were already running into issues. Also. So 5 minutes after he bought the car and we were driving down the road, it just stopped working in the middle of nowhere and we couldn't jump start it, we couldn't push start it, whatever we did, we couldn't get the car to start back up. So in the end we decided that the battery was the issue. We left the car there because it was in the middle of nowhere, it wasn't going to disturb anyone, and we took the CLK to the nearest jumbo, went to buy a new battery that was almost worth half the car, and hoped for the best. Gratis schaffen. So, jetzt klappt.
Ja, Pappe, Jungs, Pappe, es kommt gut, es kommt gut.
Garmin.
Wie neu.
Oh ja. Now it looks like we can finally leave for France after about 3 hours of faffing about. So, I've got a lot to talk about because since we were in the last clip back at home in Switzerland, a lot has happened. Farlou, my cousin's car, was making lots of issues. So we went to buy a new battery. That's in the car now, the car's running. He's coming to France later as well. We're about an hour and a half off, but I took a wrong turn and we ended up in Germany. And the first thing when we cross the German border is police take us out. Obviously all the other cars can pass, but a black AMG, obviously not. No way. They also took out an M4 and stuff. They were out for us, but we were all being Swiss, very polite, and we gave our documents, we gave our papers, and they let us go. So now we're in the middle of nowhere in France. AMG is running well. We're still on the old tyres because I think in the last clip I did say the rear tyres didn't arrive on time, but we just ignored that. And yeah, we're now off to Vesoul, another hour and a half.
Jetzt gehen wir ab mit dem M4. Wow, Flamme, Alter!
Right now we're just pulling up to the place where we'll be staying, and we had to cross this sketchy bridge first and afterwards go through these gates, but these gates have a kind of hook on the ground that's in a rock, but the car was way too low to make it over that. Final mission of the day. It seems like the CLK is too low and it's completely stuck on some crappy rock. And we've actually made it, but we're just stuck between the gates. I don't know what to do. We'll see. So we ended up walking up to the shed to look for some wooden planks or something that we could put under the wheels to drive over it safely without damaging anything on the undercarriage. We finally arrived, and I'll show you what this place looks like tomorrow morning. So it's the next morning. We finally made it here after all of those side quests that you saw us on yesterday. But yes, we're finally here, and Folu made it down here even after his car wouldn't start for ages. But we made it here. The car's good, we are good, and I'm going to quickly tell you a bit about this place. So this is the place we're staying at, and I'm not going to give away too much of why we can come here. But basically this used to be an old building where factory workers that worked in a metal factory over there could live. And in each part of the building there's about 10 bedrooms, and all of this land belongs to it. And there's no neighbours around. It's literally more or less a completely empty island apart from that building and a factory over there, but I think that's even across the water. But it hasn't been used for that in ages, and now it's meant more as a place that you can come on holiday and enjoy some French countryside. There's also a small 2-stroke motorbike to get around this whole gaff, but also in more recent history of the house, I think it is still old, there's also been a swimming pool made, which obviously makes it even better for summer holidays or something. So let me start up this absolutely beast of a Yamaha and show you around the place. Today is the last day of the weekend, and we wanted to take out the CLK for a drive today because there are some beautiful countryside roads around here, and obviously the CLK55 is the perfect car to drive them on. And also I have new microphones and I want to test recording the exhaust sound, so let me know what you think. So it seems like mounting my new microphones to the rear bumper works really well. You can hear the full exhaust note and all of the pops and bangs that you can't really hear that well from if you're just filming on an iPhone. And I also just got an email that my tyres will be arriving tomorrow, so that means I can take the last bit of life out of the ones that are on it now and not feel terrible about it.
On the block with the niggas in the block. I was fucking up the scene, I'm a rare kid, man.
After all of those irresponsible shenanigans, we decided to go go-karting, and we ended up at one of the best go-kart tracks I think I've ever been to. It was so much fun, I really recommend. I can't remember what it was called, but somewhere near Vizula go-kart track. After go-karting, all we did was go back to the place and enjoyed it for the last couple of hours because we were going to drive back to Zurich that evening. And that pretty much sums up our French weekend experience. And last but not least, don't forget to subscribe. More videos to come, don't miss it.